I actually wrote that song. The story behind that one is I woke up like in the middle of the night after like having a nightmare, kind of like described by the song and whatnot. And I think I still have a voice memo. I immediately like just started writing lyrics. Like I wasn't even, it was such a flow state. So I was still like not awake and I wasn't thinking. I was just like whisper singing into my voice memos with my guitar. And when that one came, I didn't even stop and like double check. I just started writing this wall of text and that's exactly how it came out. And I remember when I finished that phrase, I was like, okay, I can go to bed now. I can go back to sleep because I think that's good enough. I don't need to rework that. So that was one of the most interesting songwriting experiences I've ever had. I'm still constantly chasing that. I'm like, when can I have something crazy happen so that I can like just have a song that I can just flow and write real quick.
Man, it is so interesting. The songwriting is so interesting. And then not only talk about it in songwriting, first of all, the flow state of songwriting, and the second of all, the aspect of like when people like things or not is such a weird, like you could spend hours and hours and hours and hours on a track. You're like, oh my gosh, put my heart and my soul into this. People are like, yeah, cool. And then you're like, oh, I wrote this in a 2.5 hour plane ride, produced the whole thing on the plane, and then tracked it when I landed. And people are like, yo, this is the best song you've ever written. I'm like, yo, it's actually not, but whatever you say, okay?
Yeah, it's crazy. That's what I've had to, I actually, because of that, I've had to learn not to take things too personally.
100%.
Yeah,
I think the detriment to so many musicians is they care about their songs too much.
Yeah,
they treat them as their babies.
Yeah, I'm quite the opposite. I don't really enjoy anything that I've ever made, to be completely frank with you. I'm not joking. That's just something, maybe it's just part of being an artist. I don't know. I haven't tried to dissect it or psychoanalyze it, but for real, like I'm not attached to pretty much any of the songs. They're just, the one thing that's really cool about them is they mark a point in my life. I think that's very interesting.
Oh my gosh, yeah, isn't that interesting? Like, yeah, I was just talking to somebody again yesterday where we were saying like how music for so many people, including artists, is like myself. It brings me back to like when I hear All Time Low, the band All Time Low.
Yeah.
It brings me back to when I was a freshman in high school walking the hallways, because that's what I was listening to on my iPod at the time. Like, it brings me distinctly back. Or visiting my grandparents in Florida. I would hear, like, I think it's called, like, Lullabies or something like that. Like, there's a track by them. Or something about a lion or something. I don't know. I don't remember the track. But regardless, it's like a chill, like, clean electric guitar going. It's like that distinctly, I'm in the car with my grandparents with my headphones in, kind of. Like, it brings you back.
It's so beautiful about music. Yeah.
Exactly. But now how much even more of yourself when you write the song, and it transmits you to that place where you actually were when you wrote that song, whether it was snowing outside and you were locked in your room, or it was beautiful on the beach, or you were fighting with your friend. Like, it just brings you, it marks your life. It's almost like a vlog of your life.
Yeah, that might be one of the reasons why I can't listen to a lot of my older stuff, because
you don't want to relive it.
Well, yeah, some of those things, it gets real quick, for sure. I've definitely there's been a couple times when I've been back and listened to some of my older tracks. I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm 21 again. That was a crazy year, you know what I mean? But then with that, there's the beauty in that. It's like, exactly, it's like a vlog. There's also, with all the bad stuff, there's some great memories too, when I've written something and go back to it and I try to milk that experience and relive it. And yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I love music, man. That's 100%. One of the biggest reasons why.
100%, man.